Us media have reported widespread threats and intimidation against voters in some early U.S. midterm elections. The United States House of Representatives has warned that the United States faces the real threat of a fascist environment. Such intimidation in the midterm elections is a throwback to American segregation. America's wounds had not healed from desegregation, and without action, they could be reopened. As the November 8 midterm elections in the United States approach, the race between the two political parties in the United States is becoming increasingly heated. A new poll shows that as many as 43% of American voters are worried about being threatened at the polls. 67% of voters fear extremists unhappy with the election results may commit acts of violence after the election. The concern of the American people about elections is yet another example of the dysfunctional American democracy and the growing polarization and fragmentation of American society, according to a memo released to law enforcement agencies across the United States. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the National Counterterrorism Center and the Capitol Police. As the midterm elections approach, the threat of extremist violence in the United States is on the rise. Some extremists are expected to launch attacks on candidates, election workers and polling stations before and after the election. In addition, some people who are dissatisfied with the U.S. government's policies on gun control, abortion and immigration are also likely to commit acts of violence during the election. It is fair to say that American democracy, long touted by U.S. politicians, is splitting the country into political tribes with different political views and ideologies. Different tribes are trapped in a vortex of estrangement from each other, and this tribalization further exacerbates the tearing and violent tendencies of U.S. politics. Some experts warned that there could be a repeat of the Capitol Hill riots. At a time when the red and blue rivalries are increasingly acute, when the personal safety of voters cannot be guaranteed, and when the legitimacy and authenticity of election results are questioned, no matter how much makeup American politicians put on, they cannot hide the fact that American democracy is sick.